I was picking up a gift this morning at the mall.
All the sexy bits tomorrow night from 10. But now here on Living It's New Extreme, skinny celebrities.
It's been a landmark year for the skinny celeb, with the weight of our minute megastars fluctuating more than ever. As the noughties come to an end, New Extreme Skinny Celebrities is your definitive guide to this year's movers and shakers. Who's filled out and who's slimmed down? You'll find all the answers right here. We followed the top 10 A-list super thinnies to discover who's had the weightiest impact over the past 12 months. How national treasure Cheryl Cole has been up and down the scale as her career has gone into orbit. How Lindsay Lohan seems hell-bent on ruining her looks before the age of 24 and disappearing altogether. And how Jessica Simpson ditched the mom jeans when she was dumped on her birthday by her NFL beau. Discovering whether it's possible to be too famous and too thin, and if there's a downside to the size zero mentality. We'll see how sheer willpower keeps Victoria Beckham on the straight and narrow, and what she'd look like if she allowed herself to fill out like the rest of us. It's been said you can never be too rich or too thin. Now, at the end of the noughties, it seems you can never be too thin or too famous for being stick thin. To investigate this trend, we've ranked our skinnies according to worldwide column inches amassed over the year, combined with their BMI to arrive at a top 10 list of the famously famished looking. Body mass index measures weight in relation to height. A healthy BMI is between 18.5 and 25, so the lower the BMI and the higher the word count, the closer to being crowned Queen of the Skinnies our celebs will be. Kicking off at number 10 is daughter of the Prince of Darkness, Kelly Osbourne, who's often had demons of her own to contend with. The rock star progeny squeaked into our charts because, although rarely a super skinny, the subject of her fluctuating weight generates acres of newsprint.
We love Kelly Osbourne because she sort of comes from dumpy stock. Her mum used to be quite that way, and she's that way, and she fights the same battles as the rest of us. She's always trying to lose that last stone. And the spotlight that's shone on her and her weight looks to be quite unkind. With her weight, of course, it's all connected to other issues. She's been in and out of rehab.
It's all in the genes when it comes to the Osbournes. We've seen the whole family expand and shrink before our eyes on TV, with Mum Sharon making no secret of the lengths she goes to keep the pounds at bay.
Sharon's always kind of been one donut away from being in trouble with her weight, and she has had the gastric surgery. Clearly, it's hereditary. Kelly has ballooned in the past, and she freely admits that.
But just as Kelly looked set to follow the family legacy, she found happiness and an engagement ring with 19-year-old model Luke Worrell. With love came a fix for her fluctuating weight.
What's great about Kelly Osbourne and seeing her so happy with Luke is she's learned to look at herself, look at filling up her voice. She doesn't have to act out. And the Kelly that we're seeing now is a lot calmer, a lot more stable.
But it's not just love that seems to have been the answer to Kelly's dieting prayers. This year, the 25-year-old is in the celebrity lineup of the hit US dance show, where it's her weekly weight loss as much as her waltzing that's really wowed the audience. In just 3 weeks of the competition, Kelly dropped more than a stone.
Even her face has changed remarkably. She doesn't even look like the same person. She looks amazing. And it's like, I really think this girl had never been to a gym before. She's partied, she's drunk too much, all of these things to avoid eating. But it was exercise that was missing, perhaps, from her life. And she looks better than ever.
Kelly's admitted that this is the first time she's been able to lose weight healthily without relying on drugs. Now, with her weight at 115 pounds, giving a BMI estimated at 20.4, the former wild child seems to have found stability in her life and her weight. Here's hoping that Kelly's dance floor regime keeps reaping the rewards and we don't see her tangoing back to Tubbsville once she's hung up her dancing shoes. Coming in at number 9 on our countdown is pop princess Cheryl Cole. Once upon a time, she was just another girl next door from Newcastle, but now she's been transformed into the nation's new sweetheart. 1/5 of Girls Aloud, UK's top girl band, the 24-year-old singer has the world at her feet. But behind the glittering career, Cheryl admits that she's always struggled with her weight. As the band started out, she obsessed about her shape and confessed to breaking down in tears when at 9.5 stone, she couldn't squeeze into her 28-inch waist size 10 jeans. Slimmed down to a size 6, Cheryl now personifies the glamorous, ultra-thin, skinny celebrity.
Cheryl Cole's weight is a fascinating topic. I think the bigger she's become up the celebrity ladder, the skinnier she's been getting. She's really reinvented herself from trainers, tracksuits, jeans, and now she is Miss Glossy, groomed, not a hair out of place, perfect makeup, always looks glamorous.
In the last year, Cheryl's solo career has gone into overdrive thanks to one man, Simon Cowell. He took a punt and selected her as Sharon Osbourne's replacement on The X Factor. The pressure was on for Cheryl to prove herself on her own, away from the safety of her girl band pals. And the pounds dropped off as the strain of living in the X Factor spotlight grew.
Last year, of course she was going to be scrutinised by everyone, not just by the press, by the public too. And she looked fabulous, really glamorous, the camera loved her. But I think the pressures of that really made her scrutinise herself. And she was shrinking and shrinking and shrinking.
Cheryl Cole in real life, you are actually quite shocked when you do see her. She is teeny weeny. She's always been small, but I think after the trouble with Ashley Cole and all the allegations of his affairs, I think she did go a bit too far.
Behind the scenes, Cheryl's marriage to Chelsea footballer Ashley Cole had also been veering out of control. Over recent years, frequent reports of him playing away from home left her heartbroken, and her friends fearing she was wasting away.
The mere fact that Ashley Cole got caught up in this whole kiss and tell made us love her even more, because we just thought, how could anyone do that to our Cheryl? You know, we all felt personally affronted by it.
Whether or not Cheryl trusts Ashley again, the pair are likely to remain in the media spotlight. And determined to do something about her shockingly skinny appearance on The X Factor last season, Cheryl vowed to turn her back on the skeletal look and get herself into better shape.
I think she looks like she has put a bit more weight on. She looks a bit healthier, I think.
At number 9 in our chart, a healthier Cheryl is still super skinny, weighing in at 112 pounds with a low BMI of just 19.5. And as her celebrity grows, Cheryl's debut single went straight in at number 1 in the UK chart. The healthier lifestyle will be under pressure, especially when a chubbier Cheryl doesn't always find favour with fickle weight-watching fans.
Do you know what? I heard 2 girls yesterday on the bus, no word of a lie, say, I'm not that interested in watching her because she's put on some weight. One of them actually said she had a bit of a big arm. I was like, I can't believe I'm hearing this. But it really intrigued me because it just summed up our fascination with skinny minis. And once someone had gone back to their normal, healthy size, we're not interested anymore.
And there's the rub. When skinnies become normal, their fascination easily wanes. And across the entire entertainment industry, fame and thin go hand in bony hand. Countless singers, actors and models feel compelled to pander to their public by forcing their bodies to fit the mould, sometimes with life-threatening results.
I ended up really sick. I ended up in hospital because literally they would call me up saying, how much have you eaten? Don't eat. And I ended up with my mouth all ulcerated, my tongue, the back of my throat.
Many young celebrities are risking their health and at the same time making a super skinny body seem desirable for the legions of fans who are desperate to look just like them.
Teenage girls are very aware of their body shape. They'll compare themselves with the images that they're seeing on the TV and on magazines, and I think they're particularly vulnerable. So it's really important that they get the nutrition they need for bones that are developing and for tissues and for growth.
If anybody diets to extreme lengths, there will be consequences, and about 5% of those people will die. About half of them will get better, and about 45% will have lifelong problems with food.
To starve oneself to be size 0 is very bad for you, very detrimental, and I don't think that it's a particularly good thing for kids to look at. I mean, I have 2 teenagers, and I don't particularly want them trying to emulate these anorexic stars. I really don't.
Coming up, we'll find out just how Nicole Richie managed to go from this to this 2 weeks after giving birth, and discover just why teething problems led to a year of yo-yo dieting for Mischa Barton.